You think too much. You may not realize it, but most of your problems weren't born from the world. They were born in your own head, and they continue to live there, growing, repeating, taking up the space that should belong to peace, focus, and purpose. The modern mind has become a kind of polluted field, full of unnecessary thoughts, toxic ideas, useless comparisons, regrets that can't be undone, and anxieties that might never even happen. The result? A tired, confused, overloaded mind. And so I ask you now, when was the last time you took a deep breath and felt that your mind was light? The truth is, we are living in an age of excess of stimuli, of information, of demands, of noise, and also of thoughts. We think too much, we think wrongly, we think about everything except how to think clearly. And that's where Stoicism comes in. Not as a set of cold rules, but as a living, practical philosophy that can cleanse your mind like the breeze clears the sky after a storm. Marcus Aurelius, in his writings, often compared the mind to a city. If your soul is like a well-governed city, then you will be invincible. And what kind of city have you been building inside yourself? A chaotic, noisy metropolis filled with inner noise, or a place where order, discernment, and serenity reign? This video is an invitation, a call for you to stop, to be silent, to observe, and to begin a powerful process, detoxifying your mind, to clear away what doesn't serve you, to let go of what only weighs you down, and to rebuild a way of thinking that truly moves you forward. And the best part? You don't need complex techniques. You don't need courses or isolation. You only need attention, awareness, and the timeless lessons of the great Stoics who walked this earth long before us, but who already knew what modern psychology has only recently begun to understand. True freedom begins when you learn to master what happens inside your own head. So come with me and take a moment to stop thinking so much about things. Let's learn to think better, with lightness and wisdom. If this message is already resonating with you, hit the like button right now. That helps this content reach more people who need these reflections. And if you want to keep growing with the strength of Stoicism every day, subscribe to the channel now. This is your place. And comment below, mental strength, to affirm this commitment to a clearer, stronger, and truer mind. Because everything starts within, and within, you are the one in charge. Let's begin with a truth few people like to face. Your mind is sick when it's never silent. And being silent doesn't mean being empty, it means being clear. That constant noise, that voice that won't stop, that questions everything, that blames itself, that compares, that's not you. It's just an uncontrolled flow of thoughts that, without direction, turns into confusion. Epictetus reminds us, it's not things that disturb us, but the opinions we have about them. And those opinions are often not rational. They're automatic, addictive reflexes you've cultivated for years. The mind gets used to reacting, complaining, fearing, and all of that becomes a toxic pattern. That's why the first step in Stoic mental detox is to observe your thoughts as one observes clouds passing through the sky. Don't fight them. Don't try to control them by force. Just watch, take note, feel, and ask yourself, does this thought serve me or sabotage me? Let's take a practical example. You're at work and receive a harsh message. Immediately, your mind fires off. They're against me. I'm not respected. This always happens to me. And within seconds, you're feeling bad. But what if, as Stoicism proposes, you simply looked at the raw fact? A harsh message, nothing more. The judgment was built by you. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." And that's real. How many times have you replayed old arguments, created dialogues that never existed, rehearsed answers for criticisms that never happened? That's mental intoxication, and it needs to be cleaned. Another point, the excess of stimuli. You wake up, grab your phone, and immediately consume an avalanche of information. Negative news, social comparisons, aggressive opinions, fast videos that steal your focus. Each of these stimuli isn't neutral. They take up space, consume energy, and accelerate your mind. And the more accelerated your mind, the less it can discern what truly matters. The Stoic, on the other hand, trains his perception. He asks, "Is this essential?" Marcus Aurelius was an emperor, yet he wrote to himself every day, reminding himself what was worth thinking about and what should be discarded. Now picture a Stoic mind as a ruined temple being restored brick by brick. Every time you refrain from a hasty judgment, a new pillar rises. Every time you avoid being contaminated by trivial discussions, more light enters. Each clean thought opens space for a higher one. Another powerful practice is mental fasting. No, it's not about stopping thought altogether, but about creating conscious pauses. Moments free from stimuli. It could be a silent walk, a shower without music, a coffee without a screen, a walk at sunset observing the details of nature. The ruins of Ephesus in Turkey show how even the greatest civilizations were built stone by stone. And the reconstruction of your mind will be the same moment by moment. A mentally detoxified person is different. They don't react. They respond. They don't despair. They understand. They don't feed invisible battles. They save energy for what truly matters. Now let's talk about self-dialogue. How you talk to yourself determines the quality of your thinking. If you treat yourself with constant harshness, if you insult yourself for mistakes, if you belittle yourself for failures, you're poisoning your own mind. Stoicism teaches firmness, not cruelty. You should be demanding, yes, but also fair. Ask yourself what Marcus Aurelius would say to himself after making a mistake. Probably something like, "Get up, learn, start again." Not, "You're useless." The way you treat yourself shapes your next actions. A clean mind begins with a clean inner voice. Another common mental poison, excessive rumination about the past. Did you make a mistake? Learn from it, but don't keep reliving it. The Stoic knows that the past can't be changed, only understood. And the future? The future is an illusion until it becomes the present. What truly exists is the now, and it's here that you can act. That leads us to one of the most powerful practices: conscious presence. Being where you are. There's no point in being at dinner thinking about your email, being in the shower thinking about your problem, being in bed thinking about your failure. That's mental fragmentation. And to fragment is to weaken. The Stoic unifies. He aligns thought, action, and presence. Here's a simple exercise. Say to yourself several times a day, "I am here," and feel it. Bring your attention back. Notice what's in front of you, the taste of the food, the temperature of the wind, the sound of the street. This is training, and consistent training creates clarity. You also need to filter what you consume. A clean mind can't be built on informational junk. Reevaluate what you watch, what you read, who you follow. Are you feeding yourself with fear, anger, gossip? All of that pollutes. Choose the essential. Feed your mind with good ideas, good questions, good examples. Never underestimate the power of silence. A dark, quiet room, a lit candle, a notebook, and you. That could be the birth of your liberation. Write down your thoughts, reflect deeply, ask yourself questions you've never had the courage to ask. That's Stoicism in action. It's not just reading ancient quotes, it's living with intention. A detoxified mind is like a well-tended garden, and you are the gardener. Cut the weeds, water what blooms, and have patience with the process. Change doesn't come in a flash. It comes with consistency. The peace that silence brings isn't just the absence of external noise. It is the opposite of inner urgency. The intoxicated mind is always running, forward, backward, in every direction except the present moment. That's why it can't see clearly or choose freely. It lives in survival mode, even when there's no real threat. Now reflect. When was the last time you did something with total presence? Read a book without switching between notifications? Listened to someone without preparing your answer? Sat in silence without feeling guilty for simply being? Mental detox doesn't require external changes. It requires small internal actions done consistently. And one of them is starting to live more consciously of rhythm. The world wants you to rush, but Stoic wisdom invites you to walk steadily. The calm river reaches the sea with fewer losses. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Tranquility comes when you stop chasing the things you can't control." And that phrase, if taken seriously, changes lives, because you realize that most of your toxic thoughts come from trying to control the uncontrollable. Other people's opinions, the future, the past, results, circumstances that don't depend solely on you. The Stoic learns to distinguish two spheres, the sphere of control and the sphere of influence. He focuses on the first. Regarding the second, he observes, if he can change it, he acts. If he can't, he accepts. That acceptance isn't passivity, it's wisdom, direction, and energy preservation for what truly matters. Another powerful habit, speak less. Yes, speak less. A clean mind is also reflected in speech. Those who talk too much think too much, and often think poorly. Words reflect thoughts, and if you speak with haste, anger, or judgment, it's a sign your thoughts are contaminated too. Epictetus, who taught his disciples with firmness, said, "First learn to be, then to appear." That applies to speech. Before you try to seem wise, cleanse your thoughts. And before cleansing your thoughts, reduce what enters your mind. What you watch shapes what you think. What you read directs your questions. What you consume either nourishes or poisons your inner world. So select, choose, reevaluate. A simple habit, like putting your phone aside for 30 minutes at night, can open a mental space you didn't know existed. Let's take an everyday example. The shower. For most people, it's just another task. But for the Stoic, it can be a sacred moment. Hot water falling, silence, no external stimuli. It's the perfect time for symbolic mental cleansing. You can say to yourself, as I wash my body, I cleanse my mind of what no longer serves me. This kind of simple ritual creates anchors, and emotional anchors help the mind slow down. Another example, at the end of the day, instead of scrolling through your feed for an hour, stop, sit down, take a notebook and write down 3 thoughts that didn't serve you that day. I thought too much about what someone thought of me. I kept replaying an old criticism. I let fear set the pace of my work. Write, read, and then symbolically cross them out. That's catharsis. That's cleansing. And don't forget the importance of conscious breathing. When your mind is agitated, your breathing is short. An accelerated mind breathes in a hurry. The Stoic breathes with presence. Here's a simple technique. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. Exhale for 6. Repeat. And while you do, tell yourself, I am here. I am in control. The most beautiful thing about Stoicism is that it doesn't demand perfection. It demands practice. Every day, one step. Every day, one less thought that sabotages you, and one more that strengthens you. And if you fall, if you find yourself drowning in mental noise again, that's okay. The Stoic doesn't blame himself. He returns. He starts again. He remembers that the mind is also a muscle, and muscles only grow stronger with repetition. There's also the practice of what Seneca called premeditation of adversity, visualizing difficulties, reflecting on possible obstacles, not to suffer in advance, but to train the mind to face them with less panic and more structure. That too is cleansing, stripping the glamour from illusory thinking and replacing it with the lucidity of prepared thought. And finally, it's essential to remember, detoxification is not the end. It's the beginning. It's the first step toward a lighter mind, a more coherent life, more conscious decisions and healthier relationships. A clean mind doesn't want to win arguments. It wants to understand. It doesn't want to impress. It wants to serve. It doesn't want to be the brightest. It wants to be the truest. When you begin to eliminate the excess, you discover the essential. And the essential is always simple. Presence, clarity, purpose. If you've made it this far, you've already taken a valuable step. You stop to observe your own mind. And that might be one of the most revolutionary acts a person can take nowadays. In a world that pushes you outward, distracts you, speeds you up, you chose to look within and cleanse. And that takes courage. Stoic mental detox doesn't happen in a day, but it begins in one. And that day can be today. Start by filtering your thoughts, rejecting hasty judgments, reducing noise, choosing better what comes in, and strengthening what you want to keep. As Epictetus said, if you wish to be free, do not wish for everything, wish for the essential. And mental freedom begins when you realize that most of the things that occupy you don't serve you. Take a deep breath, slow down, speak less, feel more, with clarity. Slow your thoughts and begin now to build a new space within yourself, clean, serene, and powerful. Did you enjoy this video? Then support Inside the Simulation with your like, and subscribe for more deep reflections, and comment below. I stayed until the end. Let's walk this stoic journey together. Yeah.